Hello, 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 and welcome to the All Nighter Podcast.
This is where the insomniacs come to get silly.
With your hosts, Ashlyn Benson, Alexis Leach, and Rhonda Lou.
Welcome. What is this? Episode freaking 13?
Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Let's get a tattoo.
I think, if we did like find a cool design, kind of similar to what you drew for the stickers, because the way that the sun held the clock in it, I was like, dude, like it's actually a really fucking cool and cute concept. And I think that could be fun.
Yeah, I bet we could take that to my tattoo artist and she could be like,
Morning Star.
Yeah,
she could probably make it look really cool, dude. That would be sick.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to her. We're gonna keep in cahoots.
Okay, that sounds good.
After I get this one, I'm gonna be like, yo, dude.
Yeah, when
what do you think about this?
When is your tattoo?
It's in freaking June.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Gabby's so good. She's just like in demand. I'll put her in the description and stuff because she's amazing, and she just opened a studio called Morning Star Tattoo, and it's so like femme and cute. It's like, especially tattoo parlors here in Tulsa, like they're so just like male dominated, where it's like, come get a tat in my garage, and that's a vibe, sure. Like
it's a vibe.
But Gabby's place, like, she had this coffee table where it was like mermaids that were holding the glass up and stuff. Like, it was just such a cute fucking vibe, and I was like, yes, this is what we need.
You're like, fucking ink me up, dude.
I'm freaking ready.
Under the candlelight.
Oh my god, yes.
That would be actually fucking I'm gonna check this place out, actually.
Yeah, no, I think you guys would really like it. I think it would definitely make you be like, ready for all the tats, please.
Dude, I've been ready for all the tats.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
The place that you went the last time when I went with you.
Geek Ink?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that one was very like nerd oriented, and I was into that. And so, but like when she was getting tatted, there was a dude tatting another person next to her, and he was talking about Baldur's Gate 3, and I was like going off in my head as he was talking the whole time, and I was just like,
I'm pretty sure you talked to them a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I have to say something because I so rarely have the opportunity to nerd out with somebody. I say so rarely. I have a lot of friends that I get into game lore with, but the more I can find, the better.
I want to get more tattoos. I want to fill this spot right here.
Yes, we're trying to kind of fill the same spot.
Wow, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I love your tats.
Yeah, I do
too.
They're
so cute.
I don't know what I want to get yet, though.
How many do you have?
3, 5, 6.
Oh,
6.
I thought you had more. I don't know why.
I wish I had more.
You're like, I'm about to have more.
Well, I mean, you have like big pieces.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. I've got the big pieces on my legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What other place besides here do you want to get?
Probably my back. I want to do my side.
Oh my god.
Or something. Sorry, Mom.
What about like? Are you scared of the pain for those ones? Or you just dig it? You're like, give it to me.
Do it.
Yeah. There is a little bit of, you have to kind of enjoy the pain at some point because otherwise you'll just run away and cry. So like embrace it.
Right. Yeah.
That's why you tell them all your secrets, because it's like torture.
This is actually a trauma bond.
Yeah, it really does feel like that.
Well, I think
really
particularly in really painful spots. Like, one of the first ones that you got was in a really painful spot because it was on that hip bone, and that, like, the hip bone, like the clavicle, and like,
anything
whatever.
Where it's bone.
Yeah, that's where. I've heard like sometimes even like the fingers and stuff can be kind of painful, which surprises me a little bit. But it shouldn't, because like even like on the feet, like when they put IVs in your feet, oh my god, that shit hurts. That shit hurts so bad.
So in other words, not so good.
Yeah. You don't want to do that if you don't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it makes sense that feet tattoos hurt like a motherfucker too.
Yeah, anybody that I've talked to always said that their foot, like if they have a foot tattoo, that's always the one that they say hurts the most.
I also feel like it'd kind of tickle, and then you'd have to stay still. Like I just.
Yeah, no, I don't like the feet tattoos.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be one arm that's going to like pretty tatted. And then the rest, I think I might leave. Just please.
I dig that. I think that's really cool. I think it like gives a cool like counterbalance.
Yeah, it's like, oh, no tats, totally tatted.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it.
I like that. I've always been like, I want the blonde and black hair kind of person, you know?
Oh, yeah, like the split
Who am I today?
split personalities.
Yeah, just Two-Face, just like a spin off of that. Basically, that's what I want aesthetically.
I mean, I would love to have that split look too, because it's so pretty. It's like that contrast is gorgeous.
But our hair is just too dark. I mean,
so dark.
You could probably do a fun color, like where you don't have to go platinum blonde. Mm-hmm. So you could do like a purple or pink. Blue is just sucky because it fades to green, and it's like freaking dank green. Like it's just horrendous. It looks like you got lost in algae. Yeah, it's just. It's. I mean, and it makes you want to chop your hair off. You know, if you don't fucking fix it, you're like, oh god.
I'll just pretend that I'm like just a washed up mermaid.
Because you also had like a lot of different colors too, right?
Or no? Yeah, kind of.
Like back in the day, didn't you do like red and stuff?
No, I've done platinum blonde. I did black and blonde. You actually did that on me.
Mm-hmm. Oh damn.
What else? The red.
Yeah, that was so beautiful. Your eyes popped so much.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Dude, have you ever thought you could probably do what's that, like copper, like where it's kind of redhead, but it's not like in like it like bright red. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like more natural looking,
almost like strawberry blonde.
You could do that.
There's actually a lady at the salon that we go to. You probably saw her the last time you went, but she has like that coppery reddish, like I don't even know how to describe the color, but that, and then like bright blonde too. And I'm like, I want to do that real bad. It's so pretty. Oh my god. Maybe I freaking will.
Oh my god. That now then if you did that, pop star immediately. Like that. I see it. Oh my gosh. Do it.
Chelsea, I'm coming for you.
That would be really fucking cool, actually. I do want to get the streaks one day. I'll have to do it. Well, I'm just going to come to you one day and be like, get the bleach. I know you've got it hidden away in here.
She's like, I got it downstairs right now.
Every developer, 10, 20, 30. I mean, 40 is too intense, you know, so I don't have that one. But yeah, I've got it all. Should do it.
Well, because I think I'll kind of do like what we talked about, where it's like I'll do one phase of bleaching or whatever, and it'll probably still pretty caramely and whatever, and then I'll just put a color in there.
But that could even be cute, like a caramel, like whatever level it lives. You could adjust it a little bit with some toner if you don't want it to be so reddish. But girl,
red.
Oh,
like if it was red streaks.
I
mean, for that in-between phase, that might not be bad.
Dude, like,
that
hello, sick, let's do it. Schlenny Bay salon is open.
I would like to get it to the light point eventually, you know, but I would want to do it over time.
Through time, and in between, you'll do like so many masks and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of conditioning.
You can do it.
Yeah, I think I might have to. I might have to.
Put on my gloves.
Yeah. How long does the bleach stay in there?
It just depends. If you don't want to lighten it too much, I would say 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30. I mean, Chelsea will put it on me sometimes for like an hour. But then again, she's probably mixing in Ogleplex or something.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the color of the hair that.
Yeah, and you do have
virgin hair.
Yeah, your natural hair.
So it would probably live fast, actually. So I would say 10 to 15.
Okay, cool.
But I probably keep checking it just after a couple minutes
safe,
to see.
Okay.
But yeah, dude.
And definitely do it like on a strip first. Like do a test strip.
I'm only doing strips. I just want one strip on one side and one strip on the other, and maybe one or two at the back, like hidden underneath like the top.
So like when you pull your hair up, you can see it.
Almost like some 90 highlights.
Exactly, but like underneath, like what did they call them? Low lights or something?
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant to say, not highlights.
Oh my gosh, let's do it at the girls' trip.
Oh my gosh, that would be so
either
fun.
At the girls' trip or right before the girls' trip.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, and prep. We can glow up for the girls' trip.
Exactly. Yes.
I would love that.
I would love that too.
Would be fun.
I think that would be amazing. I think that would be fucking awesome.
I will say, anytime I do anything for you nowadays, like your hair or like your makeup or whatever, I get so scared because I do remember the times when I've like fucked your whole world up. And
fucked your whole world.
And I get scared of that reaction again. I'm like, oh no. Like,
it's so funny. Like, I mean, there were times where like I could tell that I was like, well, this is different in a way that I might not have necessarily wanted, but it'll be okay.
And you're like, well, no, I mean.
One of the times when it was like with my eyebrows, you made them like really thin, and like I think it was just so jarring for me because I'm so used to these caterpillars on my eyes, and so when I saw it like that, I was like, who in the, like, it just looked like I was like exclaiming all the time, and like it was just I was just like, whoa, man. And it's crazy because like on you it looks perfect. It looks absolutely perfect. Like the way you shape your brows is like unreal. But for me, like I don't know if it's because like I got like weirder set eyes or something, but it's just, it looked fucking straight on me.
Yeah,
like,
well,
I feel like I'm just meant to be kind of thick and bushy. Like I think, you know, that's just
well, and
aesthetic.
I would just try to copy whatever I was doing, but we do have different enough features. You know, it's like we kind of look alike, but there's also, I mean, our eyebrows are like just everything about our eyes. Like sometimes you look like Aunt Martha, you know, but I don't know, like just, yeah, there's that's when I learned. I was like, I need to accommodate for the person's features and not just do what I'm doing. So thanks for being my freaking model.
Yeah, and well, with makeup too, that's what makes it really fun to experiment with too. And
remember when we did our makeup the same?
Yeah,
we should do that again. That'd be so funny.
Oh my god, that actually would. That would be really cute. We should do it for an episode. That would be awesome.
Be like, who's who?
Oh, and dude, so we talked about maybe doing like a wig episode too, where we just like we can just kind of slip in and out of these like alternate characters for a second. Alternate personas.
Cosplay. Let's do it.
Dude, well, even if it's just like throwing wigs on and just being ridiculous.
Yeah, just like doing whatever.
Yeah, like not any particular character or person or whatever, just
being
around.
goofy.
Yeah, I think it would
That'd
be
be
cool.
funny.
Because like, well, she had tried different wigs on me one of the times we were hanging out.
Oh my
she put
god,
this, like,
that was so fun.
I know, and I looked like a whole fucking different person. I was like, who is this?
She?
And there was like a pink one that she had put on me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm an anime hoe, and I was like, this is cool. This is awesome. And then like the blonde one that you had, I was like, I'm Hannah Montana.
Oh,
it was just fucking silly, and I would love to see you in some of those too. I think you would look so
That's
cute.
what I love about
one.
wigs. It like brings out like this person. You're like, who is this? Like it's just whatever wig you put on.
I want to be.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, if I could find myself like a white wig or like a gray wig, I would.
Oh, you could definitely find that.
Yeah,
Amazon.com.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean for a decent price.
Honestly, Amazon ones you can get like some of my best wigs were like $25 from Amazon. And actually that Hannah Montana one is from Amazon. That one was probably maybe 37 or 40.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, you can Amazon.
I mean, the expensive wigs are going to be the ones that like
or like real hair.
Yeah, like real hair that you can like straighten and curl and yada yada. But usually, like if you're going to do it just to like wear for like,
you can get it already styled.
Yeah, exactly, for like cosplay purposes and stuff.
And even for the cheapest of wigs, if you do a couple things with like cutting the lace and blending it all in, like you can make it look really good.
Yeah. I do have these little clip-in bangs that I thought about wearing sometime on the pod just for shit's sake. But dude, I mean, if I make it to my 50s or whatever, I'm going to be like Moira and just having like a closet
full of wigs. Heck yeah.
I think I
discovered
awesome.
my inner Moira during the pandemic, you know, where it was like, I don't know who I am anymore. I'll be everybody.
Yeah, I can
I'll
be
be
a
everyone,
million different people all the time. I was in remarkable pain last night.
Why?
I was like fucked up, and it hit me like out of nowhere. Where like, it's the end of my period. Okay, you're welcome for that information.
It's all making sense now.
But no, yeah. Well, I assumed it was kind of due to that because it was similar to what you were describing on the pod at some point, where you got sick and you were sweating and stuff.
It was awful. Yeah.
So, but I think it might have actually been a kidney stone. Like, cause I was talking to Ryan and I was like, oh yeah, like that is because that cold sweat sensation. I remember that happening pretty vividly when I'd had kidney stones in the past, and it is like this weird like pressure that like it's just like what the fuck. I was like literally in the bathroom like like why? Like I was like, body, what are you doing? Like I didn't understand because like like with nausea and stuff, like I'm used to that, and I'm used to there being like some pain when I get sick at the tube site and whatever, but this was like concentrated pain like all over the abdomen, and I was like and I was like straight up like shaking. God. I was kind of crying a little bit, and like Chad was like trying to do everything he could to like help me feel better, and
his inner thoughts were probably like, oh God, what's happening?
Yeah, and well he for him too, like he was saying this morning, he was like, I've seen you in pain and stuff, but you don't normally express it so
outwardly.
Like yes, and well like it was like showing, like on my face,
like
and
physically
like,
sweating, and
exactly,
all that
and kind
of
of like looking weird in color and whatever, and so but yeah, after a while, like after throwing up and whatever, and like going to the bathroom and stuff, like it kind of started to subside after a couple of hours, and he was doing other things to help me too, and
it's nice that he was like with you and everything.
Oh yeah, no, you have no idea. Like I was telling him this morning too, like I was like, you have no idea how much like last night meant to me, because that was it was like surgery level pain, and I was like, what? And it was potent and sharp and out of nowhere. Like, I mean, I had been crampy and stuff, but it was like a whole different kind of pain. So, but I think I got most of it out. There might still be a little bit of something.
Was there blood in your pee?
Well, it's hard to say because I was on my period, so it's, we'll see. But yeah, I was like, damn. And well, what's crazy too, though, is like getting sick can actually help dislodge a kidney stone because it puts this weird pressure
around.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that might have helped get most of it out, because I did eventually feel a lot better, and there's still just like a dull kind of pain, but I'm like, rude, man. It had been like at least 2 years since I've had my last kidney stone.
Oh God.
That does not sound like a good time at all.
Yeah, boy. I'm sorry I had to go through that.
Yeah.
That sucks balls.
It's all right. I mean, honestly, if that is what it was, that it would kind of be a relief in that way, because otherwise,
because you're like, I know what it was, and
and then hopefully it'd be like over.
Exactly. Yeah, because it was strange as hell, and I was just like, what do I do?
What
you're like, do I go to the hospital or
I
call 911?
I hate moments like that too, because it's like,
oh gosh,
like bro, like I just it's so rude. Oh, but so have you guys watched Black Mirror?
No, not yet.
You haven't? Oh my God, dude.
I saw The Last of Us though.
Girl.
So I've never watched it, but I know what happens now because everyone is posting about it.
Yeah,
literally right when I was about to start watching it too.
Oh my God.
Okay. So me and Ryan were talking about this last night too, where like everybody on the internet was like losing their minds because of the character that perishes, but like the rest of us who all played the game,
knew.
Yeah, we all know. And so it's like oh, like your heart is only now broken. You like, and it's like our hearts have been broken for years,
Right.
But no, it was silly.
That's how I felt about Glenn on The Walking Dead,
right? Yeah,
because it was just he died how he did in the comics, and
right, yeah.
Everyone was like so mad that he went out that way, and I was like, it's how it goes. It's how it happens in the story. Like, and it's so funny because so many people would complain about things not being canon and all this other stuff, and then they finally do that, and I'm like, what? And then it was also funny because people were like, it was so graphic, and I'm like, it's a zombie show, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're like, well, he didn't die by the zombies, and I'm like, yeah, that's part of like
the
dystopia.
Yeah.
Like, it's the way that even just these zombies and whatnot, and then like having to create these alliances with people and just seeing how humanity can turn on each other during something like that. That's what it's about. Of course it's going to be graphic.
Well, so I'll just give you like a little abridged version of the first episode of Black Mirror of the new season. It's called Normal People with Chris O'Dowd and Rashida Jones, actually. And it is the most like tragic and bleak episode I've seen in a long time, but it is also probably one of my favorites so far.
Oh yeah, you did kind of tell us about this. Okay.
Yeah,
me
because
again.
I was telling you on the phone, I think, because I was like, it fucked me up. And it's so crazy too, because Ryan was saying that like online, people were like saying that it was like a conversation on Netflix subscriptions and whatever, and it was like, dude, it wasn't commentary on that. It was commentary on like the fucked up healthcare system. And well, so essentially Rashida Jones' character, she has like this tumor or something. She goes down, has a seizure, and she has all this brain damage. And so they make like a digital clone of that part of her brain, and kind of like reboot her in a way. But she can only operate when she's within coverage. And so they only have coverage in like a local area or whatever. And then
like
as time
healthcare coverage.
Well, no, like she like essentially what that cloned part of her brain is running on the cloud. And so it's like cloud coverage wherever she is. So she can't really travel and like all this shit. And like as time goes on, they're like, well, if you want to be able to travel, you have to pay this much. And if you want, like, they start running ads through her. And they're like, well, if you don't want to have the ads, you need to pay this much. And so, but it's like, it starts out at like $300 a month for that coverage. And it's eternally, I mean, like for as long as she's alive. And so, but it just gets worse and worse and worse. And like, she's sleeping more. And then they're like, well, you have to pay more if you want, better, better service and all this shit. And so, but Chris O'Dowd's character starts doing more and more desperate things to try and cover, her functionality so that she can be comfortable and all this stuff. And it is so brutal. The concept on its own might sound brutal, but it gets so much darker than I ever really would have expected. And just that prospect of people making sacrifices to keep you comfortable because the healthcare system is robbing you essentially over and over just to get to baseline health. It's just freaking crazy, man. And it just hit home in a way that we were like, God dang. Cause like even the Chris O'Dowd's character, his like worker's uniform was very similar. It's like almost exactly what Chad wears at the warehouse and stuff. And so like when she has like that seizure and stuff, like I could feel like both of us like tensing in bed a little bit, like, and we were like, oh shit. And it was just, I mean, the whole episode just hit so fucking close to home in a beautiful and very hard way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend it to anybody. if you can stomach a gut punch, it's really good.
If you're ready to get wrecked emotionally, physically, spiritually.
Yeah, it's
dude, sometimes it is so much though. Like, I mean, like, thank God on The Last of Us, on the last season I really got upset with one of the things that happened, but I was also so fresh postpartum. Okay.
You're like, I know it.
That I think I was just like so hormonal, and it was like a kid and stuff, so I just like couldn't take it. But this time, I was like, I'm a little bit emotionally removed. So I was able to like be like, oh, because I didn't know that. Like I hadn't been looking at the game stuff or whatever.
Right.
Because like Adam had already read about it, but I hadn't. I was like, oh shit. Like, oh, he really.
Yeah. And so like when I was, I was kind of hoping that they would have almost like a couple episodes of like in between like in between the first game and the second game, where like you could kind of see them having some semblance of normalcy together, Ellie and Joel. And so, but like apparently Ryan was saying that like the first episode has that, like a little taste of it, but then by the second episode, then you know all hell breaks loose. But yeah, it's that story. I am looking forward to watching it. If I get my hands on a login.
I just gotta find the password. I don't know my password to anything.
Me neither.
The other day, I like desperately needed to get a hold of anybody.
Oh my God, I know that was so crazy, man. And when I was reading through what happened, I was like, my poor sissy.
Yeah, basically yesterday I just locked my keys and phone in my car, and I was in the middle of a photo session, and we were going to another location, and so then I started to freak out because I was like, I have no way to contact them. Like, I'm stuck. You know, I'd already been like, see you there, and they zoomed off. I was just like, I was so mad because I remembered like right at the tail end, it was like bing bing, and I was like, and then I was like, should I put my hand in? And then what if it doesn't actually sense me and it goes crush? So thank God that didn't happen. So I guess that's better. You know, what happened was better, but. Yeah, I was like, well, maybe it's so close to the trunk door, it will open. Does not open. Everything's locked.
Yeah, and then where did you say you ended up going in to use their phones?
So I was like, I was next to a hotel, and so I go to the concierge desk, and I'm already like basically crying, but I have my camera, so I look somewhat official, like, you know. But I asked to call Adam and my dad, and nobody was answering. And I was in such panic mode, I didn't know why they were answering. Because to them, I just looked like some random ass number. Mm-hmm. And so, can't get a hold, call each of them like 3 times. I'm like, what is happening? How's nobody answering their phone? I'm like, do you have a computer? I'm like, this way, we'll unlock it for you. It's not even open, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then they're like, do you need a water? And I'm like, yes. So then I'm typing and I'm like, Facebook.
What's my fucking password?
I'm like, I try every single one, and I'm like, and then it's like, forgot password. Oh, do this 2-step authentication code
That will
on
send
your
to
phone, you stupid little butt. I'm like, no! I try to get into my Gmail. I don't fucking know that password. I know nothing.
I know my mom right now is like screaming into the TV like, yes, I understand. Because she is like so over passwords. She's so over the 2-step verification things.
It's the most annoying thing, and that's why I made a song about it. Come out and see it, Christy. But
yeah, for real. I love the password.
But freaking, it was so annoying, and I was just crying. And then finally I was like, wait. I called Adam again. He didn't answer. I was like, they don't know it's me. And so I was like, I must leave a voicemail. And then when I was going to do that, Adam answered and whatever. And
he's like, why does the fucking number keep calling?
Yeah.
The people just thought that I got kidnapped or mugged or whatever. So I guess that's better than them just thinking I flaked out on them. So
I'm just like, after a while, why didn't the family come back to you?
They did.
So
they
did?
did drive back by, and I didn't recognize their car at first, but then when I think I did recognize them, I was like trying to like run to see him, but I guess they had seen me because they told Cindy where I was.
Oh, okay. That's good.
They're like, your girl's just like standing by her car.
I think she's
I was like sitting up at a table, like this beautiful angel Dale was helping me. He was trying to make me feel better. He was like going to see if he could like get into my car somehow.
I mean, like, I can break this tech.
Well, you know, especially if it's an older car, you can do like the hanger trick or something. But, you know, and then of course there's freaking numbers on the door for a code. But did I fucking know that code? I did not. Just like my passwords, goddamn. I'm just cursing the day I was born.
The Southern just came out.
Been in Oklahoma just a little too long.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, it was
Jeez
so
Louise.
annoying.
Yeah, no, that is so unfortunate. I would have, like I said, the moment that door shut, I would have crying. I would have been done. I would have been like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
I was like, horrible day.
We're done. We're done forever. We're done forever. And here we are the next day.
Surviving. But
Yeah, now I can laugh.
Yeah.
But I'll
the
still be
moments
bitter
were
about the
hard.
passwords. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like, God, what are we going to need? At some point, just barcodes on our wrists to just fucking scan into everything. God damn it.
I mean, I have started
Literally.
using the Touch ID for a lot of things.
Huh?
I have started using the Touch ID for a lot of things,
Yes,
or the
yes.
pass key. Because like if
Yes.
you just use like the same code that you open your phone with, sometimes you can link it
Yeah, but she
with
didn't have her
different.
phone though.
Right, I know. Yeah,
Yeah, when
I
you're-
mean, you were in a situation that literally I not like it couldn't have been helped in any way. Like,
And you know what? It does freak you out though, because you're like, damn, I am so reliant on this fucking phone. It does
Yeah.
everything. It has everything. It has my schedule, my things, my comedy. Like, it's like insane.
yeah.
Fucking gum.
If they see my set list in there, bro, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like old woman tampons. They'll be like, what?
So if you die, delete your,
Yeah, you guys know where to find
erase your phone. Erase it. Got it. Not the
No.
emails or the search history. Maybe that too, though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we were just saying in the car. I was like, you know, whatever FBI agent is like watching over my stuff is just like, what is going on with this girl? She bakes too often, and like she's
looking up
just-
too many recipes.
Yeah, she's looking up too many recipes, and she's like going in deep dives on game lore. Like, is she good?
I'm surprised no one's shown up at my door, considering all the shit I look up with my true crime fascination.
Yeah, the Google searches and that.
Oh, that's
I'm like, how
hilarious.
did Ted Bundy get away with it for so long? What was the secret?
And the FBI's agent's like, why do you need to know?
Why?
You trying to figure it out for yourself?
Exactly. Like, hopefully no crime is ever committed around me where they are like, we need to
Go
see your
through
shit. And it's
yeah.
like, why do you have all these murder cases Googled? Don't freaking worry about it. Detective such and such.
You should get it, dude. You know, it's interesting. As a detective, do you get it, right?
You understand? Oh my gosh. So what else have you guys been up to? Like,
Well, yesterday I actually, before the fucking kidney stone situation or whatever, I wrote a part 2 to Calling, that old song. I think I had sent it to you a long time ago, but yeah, I wrote it and it fucked me up and it actually made me cry, and I think that's a good sign.
oh, okay.
Means you
Well,
consume some good art.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of touches on like that prospect, like there's like not enough space in heaven for the queer and the broken, the thieves, all of that, like, you know, and it's a song I think that I've wanted to write for a long time that I just didn't know how to put down exactly. But yeah, it was really satisfying. It was really fucking satisfying. So I'll have to send it to you guys, I think.
Yes. And everybody should just tell her to post it all, because listen, she's got a lot of stuff out there. A lot of songs.
Well, so I was telling Ashlyn a while ago before we started the pod that like I have a lot of covers just unlisted right now. I have some songs too that are just unlisted that I'm just too scared to post. I'm just like, well, it's not even necessarily fear. It's just like I want to do it better. Like, and there's some part of my brain that's like, well, you should wait until you get a better take. But it's just like, how long has it been?
How long?
How long? Holy shit. That is crazy.
If that did not catch that, I'm going to be so pissed.
I think it probably didn't, honestly.
Rhonda, you're supposed to be the hopeful one.
I am sorry.
Shit. That happened not last time, but one of the other times
It's like
before.
every
Oh
time
my
something
God.
funny happens, it doesn't catch it.
If that didn't catch that, I'm going to be so pissed. That better have just happened. Anyway. God damn it. Well, with that fucking disappointment, I've been watching news.
Speaking of disappointment.
I was talking to Rhonda on the way over here, seeing if she had seen I guess the administration or Trump or whatever fucking has signed a thing, or I don't know if he signed a thing or if he's just pushing for it, but $5,000 bonuses to new mothers that have babies to try and
get people that have more babies.
Yeah.
People to up the population.
To combat the declining birth rates. And I was telling her, I'm like, where are these declining birth rates? Are they in the room with us? Because I don't see them.
I mean,
unless they mean like, but obviously not, because it's within, the U.S. It's not. I'm like, let's look at the declining birth rates outside of the U.S. Like, that's where the problem lies. A
lot of the declining birth rates here are by choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I don't like that it's trying to
that.
coerce people into having kids, because that's like wild. And also $5,000 not enough. I don't know.
Yeah, like
that,
we were saying, like if
but
you aren't
I do
insured,
like receiving $5,000.
And what I was telling Alexis was like, okay, if this was a blanket kind of universal basic income to mothers generally, to mothers that already exist and new mothers.
Oh yeah, how about the ones that already exist?
That would be a kind of policy that I would be like, hell yeah, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could applaud that. But to only use it to incentivize women and what could actually incentivize desperate people that are struggling for money to have kids that might not actually really be ready or want to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not $5,000 will not help them in the long run. Of like that'll help for 1 second. For one set of diapers.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And if they're not insured, might not even cover the hospital bill.
Yeah. Which the hospital bill can be anywhere from $7,000 to like $25,000 depending on how long you're in there for.
I know. I was telling Rhonda, I was like, that's literally what I said. I was like, instead of $5,000, why not pay, I don't know, the hospital bills and maybe like, like if you're going to do $5,000, why not pay like the hospital bill and then like do that $5,000 on top? Yeah. Because they're having to miss work or whatever, like.
Well, and I mean, it's just, I don't know. That's messy. That's really messy. If it's not applied to everybody, it is really messy, and it's not.
They better not be racist about it either.
And that
particularly because of the same. These people that are offering this incentive or might be, they are also the people that are making regulations that make it so that if something goes wrong in that pregnancy, you're SOL. You're absolutely SOL. And so here's this incentive. But, if something goes wrong.
It'll be dangerous.
Yeah, it'll be dangerous for you. It'll be dangerous for your child. But, the $5,000.
Here's this waiver.
And it's.
It's just not like if you were to decide, I'm going to have a kid because they'll give me $5,000. I'll tell you right now, that is not enough. And that doesn't matter. And it's not worth it because it's also like that's such a huge life change,
undertaking and responsibility. Yes,
but also you're not protected as a pregnant person anymore, so
exactly.
It's very risky, scary, and could again still like the pregnancy alone could cost you more than $5,000 depending on your insurance and all of that.
What health issues you have during that pregnancy.
Right.
Like not even just like life-threatening ones, but like we were talking about it yesterday, like how you almost had the gestational diabetes. That's one thing. I mean, there's so many other things that come along with pregnancy other than just being pregnant and having a baby.
Yeah. And it's not smooth sailing. I mean, like every pregnancy is different. And I would say, I mean, I've not yet like met a mom who's like pregnancy was the ultimate best and whatever. Right. I'm sure that those women do exist. I do feel like there's some women who can just really like assume the role, but also there's something that just goes well like with,
chemically
with that.
For them.
Yeah.
like I mean, my mom said that with me it was pretty smooth sailing. Like she didn't really have many problems during her pregnancy with me, but with my brother she was like super duper sick. And I mean, I think she had some sickness with me, but not nearly like to the extent like that you had with Raya or like that she had with my brother. But with him it was like super duper, like she was sick all the time. So
that's hard. That's really hard. So that's I mean, dude, it's kind of crazy out here. Like it just it is like, I mean, I guess we've got Cory Booker out here doing some shit, and
yeah,
then
the filibuster,
AOC, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Who else out here is our hope line?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's hard to say. I mean,
and then literally when I was on Facebook this morning, they unveiled some 2028 hats, some Trump 2028 hats.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we've all known that that's his goal,
yeah.
you know, and it's just like
he's like, I'm so ready to be king.
Yeah, straight up. With the unprecedented nature of so much of what he's done is kind of unreal. But including that, if he pulls that off, dude, then that truly is
bad.
Like,
bad.
you know, like everybody's saying we're cooked right now, and I understand.
We're
I
sauteing.
Get it. We're
sauteing in the pan.
We're sauteing fast.
We're getting burnt.
But I mean, yeah. Well, if that happens, I mean, that's truly when we're cooked.
Yeah.
Like right now, there's still. I want to believe that there's still chances for us to get power back eventually. But like, if that happens, man, then oh man, I just Then I think I'll be particularly scared. And not to say that I'm not generally now, but then that will freak me the fuck out, because I mean that will be the first president ever to have a third term.
Well,
Since what's his name, Teddy?
Yeah. Yeah, because there is one way to do it, and it's that way. If you don't know how, go look it up, educate yourself.
Brother. But yeah, I mean, I've been seeing different things about him trying to get Elon out of the Doge and stuff too, and it, you know, it was like it's a matter of time really before their egos.
It really was just so hilarious how quickly he came into the picture when he wasn't even like seemingly a part of the plan at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like.
Well, he saw the dollar bills, and now that I mean, I don't know, don't quote me on this because I have no idea. I don't know how Tesla stock is doing or whatever, but I've heard, I don't know how true it is, that he's like kind of declining in money or whatever. So now Trump's probably like, bye.
Well, and actually I don't know how true that is. There was a race in a swing state that Elon was backing really hard and going so far as to like go to the rallies for the representative, the Republican representative, and they lost. And when the people of that state were polled as to how they felt about Elon and his involvement and stuff, I mean, like there's just so much negative perception. So, like, I think that was actually kind of a turning point for Trump, where he's like, oh, like, he was actually a burden on this campaign.
Right.
He's becoming a burden on the Republican Party. And so, you know, Trump, he don't want none of that. He's like, I must be winning at all times. But, yeah, it's...
Crush your enemies, which is a law of power.
Whack. Is what it is.
Whack.
Whack is what it is, because, and there's even a Black Mirror episode that touches on this, where he's like, one of the characters, he's like, we know as a species that in order to actually thrive and move forward, we have to cooperate. But for whatever reason, we get so wrapped up in our fears and our pains that make us angry and whatever, and make us lash out. But cooperation is the only way forward. And the thing is, I saw this fucking thread, where, and I reposted it, where it says, in the class form, we're all fam. And I'm like, yeah, actually freaking yeah. Because, and that's something that I was kind of touching on some of our past episodes too, is that, like, if you're not one of the fucking billionaires, dude, like, you're one of us. Like, you are. And Trump doesn't care about you. Middle to lower class. He doesn't, you're irrelevant to him, really.
He cares about money, sex, and power. And that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about you. And I've said that a bajillion, million, trillion times in regards to people that just worship this man, because usually, at least in Oklahoma anyway, I mean, obviously there's going to be rich people in politics and whatnot in Oklahoma, like Schitt and all them that, you know, ride his ass. But a lot of the times in Oklahoma when I see it, it's low income people that are like riding hard for him, and I'm like, dude, he doesn't care.
He's not gonna serve you.
He would literally spit on you if he had the chance. He would see where you live and be like, ugh, and like not even give you a second look. And that's what I don't understand. Like,
yeah,
like I mean, not to.
What do you feel about were you ever? I don't like Bill Maher, but were you ever a fan of Bill Maher?
I saw this.
No, I mean, Bill Maher, I've always thought he's kind of annoying, and like my parents have watched him before. I don't know if they watch him now because I know something happened with him, and I don't know exactly. I'm sure you guys can tell me, but I always thought he was kind of annoying. And like, I remember one time I said that and my mom was like, well, blah, 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 blah about something.
There's a degree of pretension about him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That I feel like is kind of intangible in a way that almost feels like he's being condescending a lot of the time.
Exactly.
And that rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, but what I think you were getting to about him talking about meeting Trump. Where he was like, well, he's like an entirely different person behind closed doors. And like, you know, this persona that you see, you know, it's not the real man. He's
literally
like a good
shut
man.
the fuck up.
And see this shit, dude, this shit, I swear to God, it's like, okay.
What did he give to you?
You know why he was treating you a particular way, maybe like a human being, because you're a white man. And
she's getting the camera again.
What I'm saying is that like it's like this white man is like, okay, yeah, well, he didn't treat me bad. He didn't treat me bad, so he must not be a bad dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was giving all of that.
Yeah, where it's like, listen, you're anybody else except a white man.
But I'd also like to know what y'all talked about.
Word.
But we went to see him live with Adam's mom and aunt. And it was so off-putting. I've never had less fun in a freaking stand-up show.
Yeah.
Like, I left feeling depressed. And all of us in the car, like, we were like...
Quiet.
Yeah. And it was like, dude, we just left a comedy show. We should be like, haha, yeah, dude, when you saw that one thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, that felt so cringe that I just did that. But,
no, because it perfectly describes it.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes.
And then... the things the way he treats people in general, like he had Haley Welch on his podcast, and Haley Welch was the Hawktua girl.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who the Hawktua girl is?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, you know, she's like so foreign to the industry and like just how it works, and you know, the way she came up was very unique and not, you know, kind of a rare case of virality and stuff.
Yeah.
And the way he like treated her though, and was just like still like sexualizing her and just like minimizing her just to that. It was just like, dude,
and
like,
that's what I noticed a lot on his show, like when he has guests on. Like I've seen like clips or whatever, like where people have made clips of his show and like put them all together of different guests, and the way that he treats the male guests versus the female guests is very off-putting and weird. But even towards male guests, he's very, like you said, he just comes off as condescending, and just like, that's just why I've never liked him.
Well, you know, I talked about posturing in episode 11, where like he does a lot of that. He does a lot of posturing, like he has the moral high ground on everything, and he has like the intellectual.
He's on a very
ground.
high horse.
Exactly. Yes.
And like looks down upon people that he thinks are like
that don't think like him or whatever,
or like just like, he's an off-putting dude. I've never really liked him. Did you see that Vince Vaughn went to he's all about Trump now? He went to the Oval Office and met him, and I'm like,
no, I did not see that.
So it seems like he's just getting these other like powerful white people and just like, I'll turn you around. You want the big bucks? Join us.
I'm like, I'm sorry that you're not that relevant anymore, Vince Vaughn.
This ain't gonna help.
Jewel, she freaking performed at one of the inauguration thing, like the ball or something. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. And then she tried to explain it off in a TikTok where she's like, "Hey, sunshine, moon, raisins. I just, like."
No. Okay.
Sure. It's like, I just love everybody, and like,
No.
And it was just like,
No. Listen, hey man, kind of like we talked about before, I have love for the children versions of these corrupt humans. But I mean, as an artist or whatever, that's fucked up.
Especially because like the music that she wrote, you know, like
exactly.
some of her best
Yeah.
songs, it was just like, what? That's what it makes me. It makes me feel like it is like somewhat brainwashing to certain people. It's like we lost so many good people. J.K. Rowling got all tied up in transphobia and like different things.
I mean, the internet did provide this, like, yes, this I don't know, this polarization of just not recognizing truth anymore. And so people were just like led into delusion. I mean, like they were handheld straight into delusion. And you know, like, hey, I will be the first to say that like we can all become easily deluded. We can have our own denials within the self and whatever, but I mean, they've been led so far, man. They've been led so far, and it just fucking It's because like I in a lot of ways I see a lot of his supporters as victims at this point. I know that they're hateful and they can be bigoted and mean and or whatever, but I see them as victims. I see them as deluded people who are hurting themselves and hurting other people, and it's just like, you know, he is emboldening a lot of that hatred and whatever. But so Chad and I were talking too, that like in doing what we're doing and talking about how we feel and just putting that resistance
out there
to what is happening, you know, just like letting our resistance be known, even if it is kind of in this quiet way.
Even if it's just these 293 something viewers that are in the Oklahoma area, that we could change your mind or something.
Or if we can just make you feel less alone.
That too, yeah.
In the frustration and in the fear and whatever. And like, I think when we do this, I think it can embolden other people to speak up in these different situations where they're seeing different kinds of prejudice or hatred coming up and whatever. And I think that really is all we can do. And like I've talked about, like cultivating spaces for the people that we know are high risk, you know? And to some extent, I mean, that like includes me. I'm queer as hell, you know? I happen to be with a man and at this given time, but I have been queer my whole life. And it was something that took a long time for me to accept, you know, especially given, you know, the fact that I believe in God. But the way that I see it, like all children of God go back to the garden, like no matter what you did, and like the only hell left is here. It can be found around, and that's in my song actually. But there's heaven too, and you can find that as well. And I hope that you do. I hope that you do.
This is the time she drops her mic. Spiritual healing with Rhonda Lou.
Oh, dude. Dude, well, there was like a comment that somebody had left on like one of the last episode posts where they were like, "I love your sister's voice." And I was like,
I saw that and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that made me
a new comment from a new person, not my mom.
Yeah. Well, so on that, so I'd seen that comment, and that kind of floored me because I feel like I have an odd voice for a woman. But so if people dig it, I'm stoked.
I've heard otter.
But yeah, I'd gotten a message from one of my old friends from Texas. So like John, I don't know if you remember him, John and Tim. We like, yeah. So he watches.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then one of my other friends, Josh, he also messaged me because he commented on that reel that I posted this last week, where it was talking about men being the viewers, and he was like, no, listen, it's just like good content, and I want to support it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I like wanted to cry, and I was like, "Oh my God, man! I hope life has been kind to you."
Tell us about this person. Is he
cool
masculine or is he?
Yeah, he was. He was actually kind of a.
Like, I'm trying to get a feel for like what type of men are watching.
He was like a funny, progressive jock.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And John was a hilarious creative. And,
yeah.
And,
and
he was really. He's still an awesome creative. His photography is really cool.
Sweet.
But
hell yeah,
but,
dudes.
yeah, and so like Nick and his wife watch, and I'm like,
damn, you finding out all the audience.
Ryan watches.
Ryan
watches.
Shut up, get the fuck out of here, Ryan.
I'm so glad this is what I wanted to wait to do on the pod.
Hi, Ryan. I don't know you, but hi.
He's a stand-up around here. He's technically an ex of mine, but an ex-turned best friend. And,
well, if she loves you, then okay. Yeah. Although sometimes that can be kind of questionable.
Listen,
but I'll take her word for it this time.
He is a wonderful.
Ashlyn likes you, so
yeah. And no, it made because I talked to him this morning. This was at 4 a.m. We had this conversation. I was flossing, and he was like, "Oh, I just woke up," and I'm like, "I haven't gone to bed yet." He was like, "I know," and so, but like we ended up talking about the pod, and then he was like, "Yeah, I watch." He's like, "I don't know why I haven't told you that I support you in this way," but he's like, "I think you guys have done a great job. The setup is awesome. It feels like I'm hanging out with three best friends, in the middle of the night, and it's sick." And I was like.
That's literally the description I gave when I pitched this idea. And that's what I was going to say earlier. I was like, I want this to feel like a place where you're just like, where you can just chill. You can just chill. You can hang out. You can listen to some
feeling less lonely.
Yeah.
And you can connect with each other in the comments too, like telling your story.
To see some of that. And Chad's,
tell us your story, Ryan.
Chad's mom watches.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, I think like, and see, that's what I was so curious about too. Like what I've been wanting to ask. I'm like, are you guys locals? Are you guys strangers? Is there like a blend of both? Mm-hmm. If you're a stranger, I'd love to hear from you. Because I assume that most of you are locals, and that, or people that have known us, at some point in life, and that honestly makes me really happy. I feel like with the stuff that I post on my YouTube channel myself, whether it's music or covers or whatever, I feel like the majority of the people that watch that are people that know me, and I think like that's kind of more what I want sometimes. Like
I want everybody. Yeah, I want everybody to watch. I want people we know to watch, people we don't know. I want this thing to get big, but if it doesn't, oh well. Like at least we are having fun and having a good time.
Yeah, because this is like a tether to my sanity in these hard and trying times.
I was
and I hope it can be like that for other people too.
Like I'm literally, I don't know. I'm like I've always been like a daydreamer. Like I think that's why I did so poor in school, probably in high school, at least in math. But
that's a visualizer, a manifester. Is what you are.
Well, there you go. But I've always done that. And like right now I'm like, dude, what if like one of these days I'm like I'm able to like create a little thing where it's like I bring up that one where it's like, oh dude, even if it's only those 293 viewers, then like it clips to like this crazy music, and it's like all these all these followers or something, and we're doing like live shows or something like
dude, even if we did a local live show,
dude, so cool,
for real,
that would be amazing.
And that's always good because then like people bring their friends that are not
that. Yeah. I would love that so much one day. If that ever came to fruition, I will go. But
I'd be down. Like,
I think that would be so cool.
Especially if I were to like do the Belafonte like residency week, I could totally just do one of those as one of these shows. Yeah, like the all-nighter podcast show or whatever.
Oh my God.
And we can structure it however the hell you want.
Yeah, well, like, so this one podcast that I watch sometimes, like he'll like set up outside and whatever, and he'll have like two people that like he's having a conversation with for sure, but then like a guest person, like a random stranger guest person will come in. But so if we had our show, like we could have an extra mic to occasionally call people up. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, to bring in some of their input, and how they've been feeling or with whatever topics we're talking about. And that would be so fucking cool.
Or like even people that like Nick or somebody that has known us for a long time be like, dude, yo, these chicks are like for real. They're not just messing around. They have known each other forever, and this is who they really are.
I think that too, like kind of having like Ryan or whatever have these different representations of us and just getting these different dynamics, I think could be really cool in a live show. Dude, I think that would be sick.
Let's write it down, write down some versions and then like choose our favorite one. And I mean, you could totally make it like a a monthly or like every other month kind of thing,
Right.
or space it out however, but
even if it was
Or like
just every
special
couple
episodes.
of months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Ooh,
like
when
100
someone
episode,
films.
Oh,
100
yeah, like-
episode live show or something like that.
Yeah, or even
my
50, because
God.
50 is a lot.
Shit, dude.
to
Maybe
me.
I should go into fucking advertising.
Hell
You
yeah,
should.
brother.
Like, you've got so
You've got
many
the mind for
skills
it.
and talents that you can make any switch from veterinary stuff.
Sorry.
Heard that
Sorry
one.
about that feedback, dude.
Electrical feedback.
Yeah, no, that would be super cool though. Or like Halloween shows or something, live shows.
Oh my
you know?
gosh, that would be the bomb.
Brother.
That would be so fun. Oh my god.
Yeah, that concept is actually really exciting for me because, I mean, I think our dynamic is like one of the best parts of my life, and always has been. So like bringing other people into it is really fucking cool. I think that would be awesome.
That would be fun. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many ideas.
I know. And honestly, I think like once we do like reach certain milestones, even
Yeah, we've got to celebrate.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I
exactly.
don't even mean like in viewers or whatever, but just like in like the number of
Mhm.
episodes and
Yeah, for
stuff.
sure.
Like I think that is something to celebrate. Like it will make me so happy. And like I
Because it's something we're sticking to. Like,
Yeah.
I never stick to anything. I say that. I do
Yeah.
stick to certain stuff. But
Yeah, you stuck to vet
um,
stuff too for a long
yeah,
time.
yeah, fucking too long. But yeah, no, like creatively, I pick something up and then I'm like, oh my god. But I feel like with this, it's like, because I don't like to do things on my own,
Mm-hmm.
like not in like the work aspect, but just like
Failing the
less
motive.
doing a podcast by myself. I'm like,
It's
blah, blah,
less
blah, 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 blah,
enjoyable.
you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
I
have
always-
no feedback on like
Exactly.
what, where it's going.
Well, I mean, I've said it a million times, but like, when you like, I love writing my own music. It's been a therapy for me for a long time, a great coping mechanism. But writing music with someone else, like with my partner, or like when we did our stuff together and with Adam and stuff, like it compounds the pleasure and it compounds the fun, like to just have other people riffing with you
Right,
and
yeah.
bouncing off of you and having energy to work with, it's so much more fun, dude. It's so much more fun, so much more fulfilling. It feels awesome.
And like I said, it's just fun to watch it grow.
Yeah.
Like she pulled out the the last episode we did, we were like the headphones. Today she pulled out this little bucket. She's like, this got all the stuff we need for to get set up. And I'm like, oh my god, every time.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. And
A
like
little more organized.
Yes.
it just it makes me so happy. And like when Ryan was saying all that stuff about the setup, about the way that we've like kind of built the show and our dynamic, it was making me so warm inside and just made me feel like, oh, like this is good for us in every way.
It really is. Yeah. Yesterday, my bad day, I was like, well, at least it's going to be okay because we're filming the podcast tomorrow. So,
So we'll have some fun, dude. Yeah, and even like when I go to dispensaries sometimes, like, and they'll be like, "Oh, where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go film a podcast with my sisters, and it's called the All Nighter Podcast. It's on Spotify and on YouTube." Yeah, and like at open mics too, I really want to start talking about it a lot more.
you should just make cards, like my business
Yeah.
cards. So
Oh
it's
my
like you
God,
can just
yeah.
scan it and go to the YouTube and all that.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they even
That's
have
easy.
spots at different, like at the places we go where you can put your cards up.
Yes,
So-
and yeah, pretty much every coffee shop has a bulletin board where you can like do that stuff, and that really does work because people look at that shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and at the mics, I'm
That's
gonna
some
be
good
like,
stuff.
"Yo, my sisters are funnier than me, so give this a listen."
about
Oh my
dude.
gosh,
Y'all
shut
have a
up.
great time.
I honestly think we're all equally as funny.
Yes. And
Aw.
when it comes together, it's just like even better.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
And it's
That Lumos one. So I edited that clip. I think it's posting at some point today.
I'm so
Yeah, that one it had me dying. And then like, dude, I mean, there's so many moments too, like where like editing the clips for this can be really fun because it like you can put little captions and stuff too. And like with that one, I put like puffs perpetually.
yeah, it's fun to also tell like who edited what, because
Exactly.
like yours is like so like cute and like magical, and mine is like I don't know what mine is like, but it's silly.
Well, it's almost got like the TikTok vibes, the way that you edit yours, and mine is like I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but I'm just having fun with it. And but yeah, like just seeing like which parts stand out to each of us, you know, for the clips is kind of cool too.
Yeah, so guess you can comment who you think edited what.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
That would actually. But good gracious, I have enjoyed the fuck out of this episode.
I know,
y'all.
we're at an hour 6.
Oh,
Hell
damn,
yeah,
time has
dude.
blown by.
I know, this was a good one.
This was indeed.
This was a good one.
You know, y'all that have been hanging out with us,
She got real close.
I hope you feel like you have a good idea of who we are as people, you know, and that we might be the kind of people you want to hang with more often.
Yeah, you know, maybe in real life.
Hey, yeah, I mean,
You know, but with
We
our
got a live show
consent.
someday.
yeah, I mean, I'm at open mics all over the place. If you are local, we go fairly often. I sing with my partner and I sing alone sometimes. And so if you ever want to check that out, I'm around.
But don't be weird about it because
yeah.
they don't have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, it better not be fucking
cool.
weird, bro. We're gonna break your
Be cool,
knuckles.
you know.
Not the nuts.
Gotta keep my sisters safe.
Amen, amen. We look out for each other. I hope you guys look out for each other. Bye. I don't know. Holy shit. Why? Why am I like this?
Oh my gosh. On that note.
We'll see you
later,
guys
alligator.
later. For real.
Bye, guys.
Bye.